I was a fireman. I was in a fireman, right? So I went to fire school multiple times, and I just see Russia's military as I'm not gonna say a joke, but certainly they could go after civilian targets. Yeah, okay, it's a joke. Hang on, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move over here. But I do. I see it as like uh, incompetent. Our military is sort of like in peacetime. It's like sort of the dregs of society. I can say that because I was one of them. I joined when I was real young. I didn't. I needed a roof over my head. It's getting cold, so I joined. But Russia's military is just. How do you explain what's going on there? They're not looking so hot. They're not. To let that ship sink. I mean, we in our military, you're doing damage control drills constantly, right? Constantly. I don't know. Maybe they don't do it over there. Oh, it's an awfully expensive ship. What was that thing like? I don't know, $1 billion or something. They let that sink. And the whole thing about a ship is it's set up in compartments, and you can close the compartments, and sometimes compartments would always be closed. And in a battle situation like that, they would have compartments closed. You'd have to open them and go through and close them again. That ensures that there's air, and the boat will stay afloat. How did they let that thing sink? It's a huge ship. I understand it got hit. I don't understand how they let it get hit. Like, sounds like they were duped with drones. That's pathetic. Good job, Ukrainian army, our navy, whoever did it. Fooled them, didn't you? I mean, seriously, sort of look really fucking pathetic. That worries me too, because it appears that, like, I don't know, if they're not winning, which they're not, they have a history of just bombing civilians and civilian targets, which you say whatever you want about the U.S., but we don't purposely go after civilians. And when civilians are a casualty, we admit it. And, there's, listen, there's no amount of money that's going to, make up for a human life. But we admit it. Russia just keeps doing it. They just keep, like, because they can't win going after the military, so they're just getting payback. Um, they look pathetic. They do. They look pathetic. I think there was this notion that they were gonna like override the Ukraine pretty fast, and that hasn't been the case. Now, when did we start giving them stuff? We're not gonna know any of this until way down the road. And it is, the U.S. is helping. They've even said, like, they've made a threat about that, but what are you gonna do? But it worries me because it puts nukes more on the table for them because they're pathetic. One, they lie. They're just liars. That's part of their deal is lying. They don't care. There's like a disregard for human life. Clearly, I mean, they'll kill children and women. They don't care. It's unbelievable. You know, the whole nuke thing does worry me because Putin doesn't look good, and maybe, you know, I don't want to say it, it'd bum everybody out, but you know, like those people that are suicide by cop, sort of like that. Um, it's just they weren't lying to the world as much as they're lying to their own people. Yeah, yeah, sure. It's pretty pathetic. How would you like to live in that country? You get out, you know, the Soviet Union, the wall crumbles, and it seems like everything's going to go good, and then it just, not for Russia. Germany, Lithuania, there's a lot of countries that, you know, are doing good. The Ukraine, they're trying to take the Ukraine back. Um, Pathetic. One of our didn't sink to the bottom. They drug it, they drew shore. Um, that's not really supposed to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? For it to sink to the bottom of the sea. You understand? It's not like a cruise ship. It's it's in um it's in a war. So compartments doors would be closed and you would open them, close them again. So it didn't matter. Two missiles shouldn't have really sunk that ship. Even if it did hit ammo, it shouldn't have sunk the ship. It sounds like it was not sunk. This is what I don't get. And they were trying to cripple it back into a port. But then it sunk. It's bad. That's bad. That just is like they have like no damage control. They don't drill or something. It seems like their military doesn't really drill, doesn't really care. Um, that's why they resort to this. Well, let's just make our enemy, which shouldn't be their enemy at all. We'll just go after women and children and whoever we can hit. We'll destroy shopping centers. We'll destroy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's screwed up. That's screwed up. Indiscriminate bombing. It's pathetic, you know? Corruption has caused their military to crumble. There's a lot of that, right? There's a lot of that. What was it that they kept building and their military kept skimming off of it? Maybe it was just a general revamping of military equipment, and the thought is that the generals and everything were just skimming off the top. Tanks, yeah, they rebuilt tanks. That's right, and so the generals just skimmed off the top, millions and millions of dollars. But that's how it works in that country. Could you imagine that happening here? I can't. I can't. You know, you'd get busted. How would you do that in our military? Um, it's so amazing that we're fine. It worries me that they aren't as competent as we thought that they were. They put cheap Chinese tires on all their trucks and they failed just driving down the road. Is that right? That's true? Well, you know, you get what you pay for, right? If that happened here, the supplier would be in big trouble. I don't think we'd be using a supplier that wasn't making the product, you know, as a U.S. company. And man, that would be, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I just really worry that they're going to do something drastic because their military stinks. A tire expert identified the tiresome pictures of abandoned vehicles in Ukraine. Oh, and said that these are just junk. Like, what do you expect? Yeah, it sounds like supply issues with them moving into you. They couldn't even get food to their people. That convoy that was stuck out. Hey, baby, here, baby, here. that convoy, that 8 mile convoy that was stuck out of. What's up, baby? Good girl. Hey, come all the way here. Okay, now you can go. Okay. This is terrible because they used them in Africa as well. That thing was stuck there for weeks. That's wasn't too smart. I mean, how many tanks got destroyed just sitting there? I just, it just sounds like give the Ukraine more and more javelins, more and more stingers. They seem to work well. And maybe they need some planes. They need some way to get into Russia again. They have some. They got 11 more helicopters. I don't know if they're U.S. helicopters. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like they want to give them Russian-made stuff for the most part, because they can fly them. They know how to fly them. But there's been a lot of training with Ukrainian people just the last year in the U.S. So the whole world is helping Ukraine. I think, yeah, it is awesome. Let's hope that Putin doesn't do anything stupid. I don't want the world to be vaporized. That would suck, right? Especially if you didn't go right away, What are we going to eat, My hair's falling out. I have radiation burns, Yeah, I mean, the guy is a loser. He's just full-on loser. It's unbelievable. I got my parts to my thing in here. I got to get some stuff to put it back together again. All 3 components are in here. I got to start building it. I want it done soon because I want to shop it around or something. I'll find somebody to show it. I don't want to go a long time without a show. That's for damn sure. The pandemic fucked me. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's an art piece. It's really when I heard that ship got hit, I was surprised. But then when I saw hours later it sunk to the bottom of the Black Sea, I was just like, oh my God, what are they doing? They look terrible. They had another ship that got, I don't know what they did with it, but that ship that they were unloading, personnel in, they hit that thing with missiles too. Now, I think that thing was movable and they moved it, but once something like that happens to a ship, it sort of puts it out for, you got to work on that thing for a long time. It's not like, oh, we'll take it back in and fix it in a week. That's not going to happen. It might be so screwed up. It's getting hit with a missile. So it's not something that they can just fix. It was burning, was it? Which one was burning? The Moscow or the one that was in the harbor? That's the problem with a boat. I was a fireman. It's oil fires that just starts burning. The first one. It just starts burning. It's hard to put out the oil fire. It's just in the harbor. I was on the Saratoga, USS Sperry. It's amazing. It's amazing. I worry though. Putin's such a loser. He is. He's such a loser. He's always been a loser. Clearly, all his fucking. Yeah, it is some nasty stuff. All his just fake propaganda shit. I love that fucking clip of him playing hockey with the Russian Olympic team, and he scores 3 times on them. Sure, yeah, I believe you, Vlad. We all believe you. And then, to make it even funnier, after the game's over, he's taking a victory lap. he falls. He stumbles forward. What a loser. What a loser. I mean, seriously, that's pathetic. Okay, we're gonna go. I want to play hockey with the Olympic team, and they listen. You better tell them to let me score. So if I don't score, somebody's heads are gonna roll. That's pathetic. He's a pathetic dude. He's a criminal. He was a criminal before this shit went down, and now he's a real. Hey, baby, here. Come here, you goof. Come here. Good girl. Okay. Okay. Loser. I'm glad they sanctioned his daughters. They look just like him. They do. It's the only thing I'm going to say. Two of the richest women in the world. Putin, Elon is not the richest man in the world. It's Putin. Years ago, it was estimated that Putin was worth 250 billion, and that was before, that was when Bezos wasn't even close to that, and whoever else, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, they weren't even close to the amount that Putin had. And now nobody's close to what, I think it's like 600 billion, 650 billion, something like that. His daughters are probably the two richest women in the world. When you have so much money like that, it must be impossible to sort of make them broke. But I would imagine that it'd be a bummer that, you're losing money right and left, and there's nothing to do about it. That must be a sick feeling. But, are they ever going to starve? Probably not. Will Putin ever, be tried? Probably not. Hey, Bambino. What are you doing, you goof? Huh? What are you doing? I wish you could go get me. Oh, there's like that. Baby, you want to do the dummy launcher tomorrow? We will. I did do some shit today, baby. You're ready. You're listening to me real good. We'll do it. She loves dummy launcher. I'll wake up early tomorrow and just start taking dummy launcher dogs out. Well, I'll work Lutzi to get. By the way, Lutzi, I was firing the starter pistol over him today, which is a change. So it was real. I was real close. Still need a little bit of work on that, but I'll probably take Lutzi tomorrow and make him watch like one of the dogs doing the dummy launcher. So he sees that. Maybe he'll see what this is all about. Because I'm not gonna let him do it. I'll like put him in a tie down over by a tree so I don't have to watch him or anything. Do the dummy launcher right in front of him. Fuck him. Sorry, Lutz, you don't get to play. 'Cause you're too much of a baby. He'll do it. I'll probably take him out there with Billy. Billy's great at it. Billy's real good. He does like a real good implied stay with the dummy launcher. Baby will do it. She's gonna. Baby, you gotta do an implied stay when we do it. You freak. Baby. Baby, if you're doing retrieves with baby, it's just like bouncy like a deer. It's adorable. The other thing I was thinking about the correlation between like dog training and the military. And the thing of it is there's a lot of drilling with dog training. And without the drilling, you don't get better and your dog doesn't get better. So you want to be consistent and you want to, keep drilling the dog. And I've seen Putin and his dog, one of his dogs. Get out of here. No, go that way. No, no, no. Here, you want to sit down? You're gonna have to get it healed then. Hang on. It was a Akita or maybe a Shiba. I think it's an Akita. Baby, get over here. Get a heel. No, heel. Sit. Back up a little bit. Back up. Okay, right there. Now sit. No, sit. Down. It's an Akita, and it was very badly behaved. It wasn't well behaved at all. And that's not a shock. It looks like he never trained it. He never did anything. It's just aggressive. And that is like his military. His military is like him as a dog owner. He has dogs, but he can't train them. We're shit. And he's got a military, but they're not trained. We're shit. You know, his dog is just aggressive. That's it. He used it to intimidate, I believe, the Minister of Germany, Chancellor of Germany, whatever. How old am I? How old are you? It's ridiculous. I don't think I like you. I think you're a fucking idiot. So you gotta go. It's writing nonsense. But it's the truth. He can't train a dog, so why would he have a trained military? It's just aggressive and big. And another interesting fact is that now Ukraine has 200,000 troops. They called up more troops, and now they have 200,000. So they have one man for every man that Russia has. And they ought to keep pulling them out because you know what? I think they ought to outman them too. Push them back into their own country. Don't let them have anything. Seriously, turn around and go home. Yeah, I know the danger of the news. I get it. I get it. I see that he's a rabid dog, you know? It's crazy. He lacks empathy, clearly. He don't care. He's got that win at any cost, it doesn't matter. That reminds me of another politician that we had, that it didn't matter how he won, he could lie, you know, still lying about it. You know, that's just like, doesn't everybody learn in sports? Like, you can't cheat. If you cheat, you're not really winning. Not to that guy, not to the silver spoon guy I'm talking about. He don't care. I can't stand that guy. I would have never voted for him. You're a good dog, baby. What a loser. What a loser. Money ain't everything. Yeah, what a loser. So many losers. They gauge their success by their ridiculous bank accounts. Slick Rick. It was windy, so I came in here. I'm not cold in here. Baby's sitting down at heel next to me. Tomorrow I am going to get up early. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. I am going to I'm going to have Lutzy watch Billy do it. Because Billy's really good at it. Not that the dog can really learn from watching another dog. They don't really do that. Don't think that's going to happen, because it doesn't. Although, if you have a puppy, if the puppy sees the older dog go up the steps, that sort of helps them. But if your puppy needs to go up and down steps, and I don't care how young it is, you start getting it up and down the steps. And you don't do that by, you encourage it, you know, don't let it back up. might have to pull it forward a little bit. This is how it is. Once they do it, then they start doing it. If you want, oh, the puppy's afraid, you're never gonna get the damn dog down the steps. You just, I've dealt with dogs that were 6, 7 months old that couldn't go up and down steps. You know, why didn't you teach the dog to go up and down? Well, he didn't want to. Oh, okay. So if he doesn't want to do something, that's your yardstick? No, he's a dog. He'll do it. People are ridiculous. Putin's real ridiculous. You ought to see this with this dog. He's just terrible. It's terrible. It's a real shame. An aggressive dog like that, that's not good. I mean, I would have been impressed if it would have been like, you know, trained real good and, you know, has it sit down and, you know, down, just like down in a corner while he's talking to the German chancellor or whatever. That would have been impressive. But instead, he just brings this dog that's like, and keeps it by him that's like not leash trained well and is aggressive. It's pathetic, dude. That's pathetic. Slick Rick and Trevor. Trevor and Slick. And this pug and Toxic. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Toxic Sheba. She's here. Hannah Banana. Right? I'm going to, I was thinking about baking something. Oh, I'm going to bake a cherry pie, I think. Maybe I'll do a cooking with Kane and bake a no sugar cherry pie because you don't need any sugar to make it good. I use just sour cherries. Man, they're awesome. It's awesome. It's like eating a Pop-Tart. It is. It's real good. You don't need the extra sugar, you know. I try and limit it as much as possible. I've been having some last year, but not you know, try not to, you know, do too much. I'm gonna start working out again. It won't take me long to get back in shape. I've been, like, my hip is up. Except for moving this stuff, my hip's been doing real good. I don't really work out that way anyway. It's all like doing push-ups. Maybe I'll do pull-ups. It'd be easy to hang a pull-up bar. I was doing a pull-up the other day. Totally out of shape from doing that. I you know, I can do a lot of them if I just practice a little bit. I can do 100 push-ups. Maybe not right now. I could do 65 or 70, something like that. So I could probably do 65 or 70 right now. Pull-ups, that's different muscles. I haven't been using those very much. Honestly, maybe I could do not many. Right now, I could probably only do like under 10, I think. But within a month, I could probably do 25 or 30, I would imagine. I don't know. I'll work on it. I feel fat though and lazy. That moving the art show really took a lot out of me. That was a workout. Like moving this shit today. It was a workout. That's one of the reasons I'm not fat. You know, I make stuff that like I can move. You know, if I can usually move it. If it's under 350, I can move it. Depending, like I wouldn't move it. I can't move it up to stairs of the barn, you know. I'd use a dolly, you know. I yanked up some of those 350 up onto the porch. That was 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, you know. I mean, I'm good at moving stuff, you know. But it's a good way to get a hernia, trust me. I'm more careful about that. I learned my lesson. Putin. How pathetic. What a loser. This fucking loser. They asked Trump the other day on Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity asked him, do you think that Putin, Kim Jong-un, you know, he named all these like tyrants. Do you think that they're evil? He gave Trump the chance to say yes. He didn't. He didn't. He started saying something like, well, they like me and I like them and we understand each other. Yeah, I bet. You're similar, dude. I wish I could get this barn heated by winter. Like, not heated, but insulated. It's not gonna happen, but this would be an awesome art studio. Like in the winter, because there's just so much room. That's why I'm bringing stuff out here right now. That you want to go? Okay. Because I can make this stuff out here, and it's electrical. It's not electronic, so it can be out here and won't go bad. If you have, you know, some stuff out here, it's gonna get screwed up just because of the cold and moisture. So, but getting this stuff out of there, out of that main room, man, I have so much more space. Baby, where are you going? Where are you going, you piglet? God, you are cute. Dog's adorable. She looks like a piglet. Hey, piglet, look up here. Look at that face. That's ridiculous. Give me a kiss. It's a real nice looking dog. I like pit bulls. I've always had pit bulls. Right? I've had more pit bulls than labs now, I think. That's sort of strange to think. Right? Pit bull? Pit bull baby? What's that? Let me see. Hang on, let me look. Is that a scratch or what? Oh, it's not. It's nothing. Just keeping an eye on you, baby, baby. What's up, baby, baby? You look like a piglet. She is adorable. She is. She's a real cute dog. She's a typical pit bull. What do you think those dogs are doing, baby? I went down to Destiny, wanted to take some pictures, right? And then afterwards went to Dandy. Both starving. I was really starving. I don't know if Destiny was really starving. I was starving. I got a double cheeseburger. Or a double hamburger. I can't remember if even... Yeah, I had cheese on it. An onion. It was delicious. It was, even though it was real shitty, because I was so hungry. I was starving. Yeah, I think that's my plan with Lutzy tomorrow. Make him watch me use the dummy launcher with another dog. Then Lutzy will start picking up why I'm doing the starter pistol. He'll get it. He'll see that some dogs see me doing it, and they're like, they get it. They're like, you know, their eyes are open, and they're, oh my God, we get to do that. You know, they love it. Most dogs, once you teach them retrieving, they're fucking loving it. It's a great way to exercise your dog and use discipline. It is. It's fucking awesome. What's that? Is that one of ours? I gotta go work with Khaki. I just want to say that about Putin. He's a loser. It's pathetic, man. He's so pathetic. Their military is a joke. Their flagship sunk to the bottom of the Black Sea. you don't let the ship sink, right? You don't let the ship sink. And that's a big ship too. So the bigger the ship, sort of the harder to sink because you have more compartments that are air pockets to keep it afloat. What the fuck? How'd they do that? That looks terrible. That looks really, really bad. Not an impressive military. They're not what I thought they were. So get this: the ship that was built during the U.S. was built during the USSR in Ukraine. I believe it. Russia doesn't even have the means to replace it. No, they don't. They must. I don't know what it's worth. $1 billion or something. I don't know what's something like that cost. It's got to be expensive. But add all that, you know, technical shit on it. But their technical shit is a joke. It is. It's all stolen. It is. They're always trying to steal our shit. That's the sister ship is still in the Ukraine shipyard and was never finished. Oh, is that right? No shit. Well, I guess it's it should be the Ukrainians now. What, down there in Crimea or something? Where is it? I love the fact that they used like this. They took some antiquated Soviet era missile and they changed it. They changed it in like 2015. And then they call it the Neptune. And that's what they shot their fucking Russian ship with. Yeah, it is ironic, isn't it? Like, well, let's just put some new components in it and make it a little bit better. You know. All those people there's so many people that were trained on that Soviet shit. It does sort of make sense it's just amazing how effective, well, they changed it, so. But supposedly they used drones to distract the ship from the missiles. And that worked. Oh yeah, let's use a drone. It doesn't cost much money. They can shoot that down and we're gonna shoot down there. That's the way to do it. You wanna just make sure that they're losing more than you. The tanks that they've lost, the Russian tanks that were abandoned, they just left. You see those tanks, like, that are just like torched and they're rusting already. They got so hot, like the tracks are melted and shit. How's that happen? Is that from a javelin or something? Is that what does that? Is it the diesel or something that, the diesel starts burning? Is that what happens? It's insane. Can you imagine how much scrap metal is over there right now? Seriously, a tank? I don't know what iron is a pound, but it's expensive now because pig iron comes out of the Ukraine and Russia. That's the major supplier of steel, like the pig iron. But I mean, those tanks, like, if you're a Ukrainian, can you scrap that? Just drive it into the scrap yard? Hey, look at what I found. The iron they use for tank armor is high quality too. I bet it is. Clearly isn't good enough though. Whatever they use, a Stinger or a Javelin takes it out evidently. Like no problem. But I think maybe I heard it's because it goes up like this and comes down on top. I think. I could be wrong. Like that might be the one place where it's like real weak. The Javelin attacks the top of the tank. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's crazy that it's real specific like that. Like, yeah, we'll make something that'll come down on top and really fuck them up. Even if it hit the top and it couldn't like break the tank or blow up the tank, the concussion would kill everybody inside. It can't take that kind of like, you'd be fucking out. It wouldn't matter how thick the armor plate was. It would be like, I'm afraid the next thing that they're going to do is tactical nukes, right? They start using that stuff. That'd be a real problem. Oh, they're a mess, right? They're a mess. It's it's appalling. It's like that ship. Like I can't believe they let that ship sink. That looks really bad. Looks real bad. That's a giant ship too. It's giant. The bigger the ship, sort of the harder it is to sink because you got more air pockets. I don't know. Maybe they weren't closing doors. Yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe they thought, yeah, they can't do anything to us. We're 45 miles out to sea. Well, hang on. The warhead of a javelin shoots molten jets of copper into the tank. Oh, is that right? No shit. Oh God. Ow! It's burning me. Of all things to use copper too, it's weird. I guess copper can melt easy. It sort of makes sense. I think they'd use magnesium or something because magnesium just keeps burning. Throw some magnesium in there too. Yeah, why not? It's crazy. Molten copper. That'd fuck you up for sure. It's unbelievable. What a pathetic army. Better be quiet. We don't want to get nuked. If he nukes us, the country's going to be vaporized. The whole world's going to be fucked. I suppose we could stop some of them. Low melting point, high reactivity, sure. Ow, that would hurt. I got burning copper on me. I have no idea how the science works, but it can penetrate a lot of armor. Huh. There's nothing worse than welding and getting slag on yourself. It just keeps burning. So I would imagine that would be bad. It's high-tech shit. It's our shit. You know, I think they made those a while ago, and then they keep like next generation. You know, well, let's just make them better. Just keep giving them as many as they can handle. They're great with them. They're really doing a great job. I hope some Ukrainians move here and then they open up a Ukrainian restaurant because something in this area is needed. I'd love it if there was like a better mix, like we had some Korean, some African, some Greek. But this is Beaver Dams. There's nothing like that's gonna happen. There might be shit like that in Ithaca. Corning wouldn't have anything like that. Ithaca probably. I know that they got a sushi restaurant in Ithaca that's nice. They have some pretty amazing food over there. I would imagine. Man, I got a mosquito bite. 2 of them. Right on my muffin top. That's it. Now I'm mad. Now I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave. I'll see you. Maybe I'll live stream later. I'll see you. Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody. Pathetic army. Pathetic navy. Real bad. Not good. But they're dangerous. They're dangerous because they are so pathetic. They are. Real pathetic.